welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, at the request of Michael Caffrey from Tales of Adventure, I am playing a deck of my design using only Universes Beyond cards. That was the challenge, only UB cards. And let me just start this off by saying this deck was hard to build. First of all, filtering out what is a Universes Beyond card. Michael approved Dungeons and Dragons, by the way. I don't know if those are official Universes Beyond according to Wizards of the Coast, but Michael said I can use Dungeons and Dragons. And then figuring out the Scryfall syntax to filter by Universes Beyond, and then also filtering for what's actually available on Magic Online, because things like Doctor Who and certain secret layers aren't even here. And after all of those hurdles, then you have to build a deck that is potentially competitive in Legacy. And let me tell you, the interaction available in these sets is terrible. There is no Thoughtseize. The only duress is from Arcane, the League of Legends, which is not available on Magic Online. That was actually the biggest beat on this entire thing. I can't play duress, which I would love to play. There's no Inquisition of Kozilek. There's a couple of 3 and 4 mana Mind Rot effects, but that's not what I'm looking for. Those aren't going to hold up. The counter spells are like Arcane Denial and Swan Song, and then like Mystic Confluence. There's no just counter spell. So after much deliberation, and for real, if you're looking at this list and you're like, well, what about this random card? Homie, I promise I looked at it. I put more time into this than I have ever put into any deck on this channel. And this is where we ended up. I basically ended up in a spot where I gave the deck the puncher's chance because it has the initiative mechanic and it can ramp into it pretty well. The most powerful cards available to me. First of all, the most powerful Universes Beyond specific cards are Orcish Bowmaster and the One Ring. And then the most powerful Legacy Magic the Gathering cards that happen to be in a Universes Beyond printing. We've got Wasteland, Dark Ritual, Ancient Tomb, and Reanimate. And between all those things, what can I Dark Ritual into? The One Ring. Orcish Bowmaster, just a good card on its own. What else can I Dark Ritual and Ancient Tomb into? Passageway Seer and Ravenloft Adventure. We've got 8 initiative creatures here. What else can I do with this Troll of Khazad-dûm? Reanimate is in the Lord of the Rings Commander deck. And then Season to Taste from there. We've got Cabal Coffers. Ooh, this is the wrong Urborg. Almost got busted there. I promise I got them. Okay, there we go. Resolved. That was almost catastrophic. If I did all this work and then didn't put the right copies in, I don't know what I would do. Okay, we have the correct Urborg and Cabal Coffers. Just a couple Cabal Coffers. We're not really going deep. Deserted Temple and Rings of Brighthearth are both Universes Beyond cards too, and with enough swamps, Deserted Temple, Rings of Brighthearth, you can actually make infinite black mana. But I didn't pursue that because there's not like a drain life or anything in these sets that I could filter that mana into. I had a black-white version of this build. I had a blue-black version of this build, trying to splash the counter spells that are available. That just didn't work with the mana. The mana's all horrendous. Sunken Hollow is the only Swamp Island dual land available that I could tutor with Troll of Khazad-dûm, and there's no fetch lands that get it. It's slim pickings out here for that sort of thing. So I focused on, first, Legacy viability as much as I could. I'm just playing all the most powerful cards I'm allowed to. And then I Season to Taste with a couple of fun things. Out of the Tombs, this card's super sweet. 2 and a black enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Eon counters on Out of the Tombs, then mill cards equal to the number of Eon counters on it. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you can't, you lose the game. This is just kind of a fun subgame. This card doesn't actually do anything on its own. It just puts stuff into your graveyard, but eventually it starts bringing all that stuff back. I guess it turns on Reanimate, if you happen to draw one of those, but I don't have a ton of unearthed strategies or anything really paying that out. But if we get to the bottom of the deck, you start to reanimate creatures every time you would draw a card. That includes One Ring draws. If you tap the One Ring for 2 when your deck's empty, you reanimate 2 creatures. The game ends pretty fast from there. That's why I have Shard of the Void Dragon in here, just one giant big O that's worth reanimating. And for funsies, I have Blitzwing Cruel Tormentor. This thing is castable and hits pretty hard and gets the game over pretty quick. And Spitting Dilophosaurus. Castable off Dark Ritual. Affects combat. Kind of removal. I've done my best here. The sideboard is removal. We've got Toxic Deluge, Go for the Throat. Canoptic Scarab Swarm and Stone of Eric are my graveyard hate. Ensnaring Bridge, aka Bridge of Khazad-dûm, can slow down a super attacking deck like Reanimator or Rescaminator or Show and Tell or something like that, while the initiative just wins me the game. And 4 copies of Thorn of Amethyst to try to slow down combo decks. And 1 Caracas just in case it's useful against Reanimator or Death and Taxes or something like that. My fingers are crossed here. I put a lot of work into this. I hope we get some wins. This is Mono Black Stompy using only Universes Beyond cards from Tales of Adventures Michael Caffrey. Let's go. I'm on the draw in round 1 against G Hash, who, if I remember correctly, is known for artifact kind of Urza, 8-cast adjacent, Oswald Fiddlebender kind of stuff. His hand's kind of slow, but I do really like the Bowmaster. If I draw a Dark Ritual or Ancient Tomb, this One Ring can come down pretty quickly. A Troll of Khazad-dûm gets me a quick scam. That's Urborg. That's land number 4. I can at least cast the One Ring when it's time to do that. Opponent went Otawara Go, and then missed their second land drop. What is going on over there? I am deeply suspicious at this point. Okay, there's an Urza Saga. I do have 4 Wastelands in my deck. Chrome Mox. Uh-oh, stuff's happening. Pitching Commit to Memory. I mean, that's a good sign for Orcish Bowmaster. And step Bowmaster. If they counter it, I can reanimate it. Ping ya. This Opal is not on yet. Defile is a removal spell eventually. Okay, I'm going to attack. I'm not worried about even like a Hull Breacher flashing in because I could just reanimate my creature. There's a Hull Breacher. Okay, it's party time. I could kill and then reanimate that if I'm not dead before then. All right, Defile your Hull Breacher. I'd be surprised if this resolves. Force blue card. And importantly, Bowmaster does not trigger here, so this is just a screw you, buddy. Because Days Undoing just ends the turn. If that was Echo of Eons or Commit to Memory, we'd be better off. Out of the Tombs, if there's a way to win this game, it's right here. Yeah, there's no Chalice of the Void or Null Rod effect or anything in the Universes Beyond catalog. I've looked. All right, put that. I've been committed. They can't really memory, though, because Bowmaster will light them up. And that interaction of Days Undoing ending the turn before Bowmaster can punish the Time Twister player is so corny. Just let me use my card. Either Spellbomb. All right, they bounce that, they memory, and we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, plenty of mana. All right, you win. I've seen enough. Okay, the Thorn of Amethyst are coming in, for sure. A Shard of Narsil. Those are coming in. I actually do like my removal spells. I might even want more Go for the Throats, just to challenge that Hull Breacher. Bowmaster's probably my best card. One Ring is pretty dangerous. Like, I built my deck on the strength of kind of this card, but also my opponent's deck is full of Narsets and Hull Breachers and stuff. This would be a great matchup to have access to a single playable discard spell in. Void Dragon and Out of the Tombs could go. Blitzwing's castable. Still have 1 Out of the Tombs. All right, let's do it. Gonna have to mulligan a little more aggressively here, now that I know they're a combo deck. Outside of that Duress that doesn't exist on Magic Online, losing Ponder, because Doctor Who's not on here, was the second beat. I can kill a Hull Breacher here. This Cabal Coffers is really bad right now. I think I have to mulligan this. Okay, Ancient Tomb into multiple Thorn of Amethyst. I do need another mana to keep the party going, but I am going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom I think I'm really far away from using this Defile with 0 swamps in play, or my hand. Ancient Tomb, Thorn of Amethyst, Forest Pitching, Fae of Wishes. Okay. I got another one where that came from, if I'm still alive on turn 2. Saprison Scary, Lion's Eye Diamond. Come on, land. That's not a land. The second Thorn is in, but I didn't curve out like I was hoping to. They've got 4 mana here. All Breacher. And they could exactly echo through that. Jeez and rice. Yep. This is exactly the type of deck. I mean, I'm not like mad that I'm losing when I'm building under these insane stipulations. But yeah, this is the type of deck where you just really wish you had one playable duress in the entire card pool. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round 2 with a turn 1 One Ring, and then I can start Wastelanding. Let's go. This is as good as this is ever going to get. I'm going to force check you. Swamp, Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Moment of Truth. Please resolve. We're in there. Oh my goodness. I'll draw a card. I still have a black floating. Nothing to do with it now. Passageway Seer. That's a follow-up. That also has lifelink. That's how I can recoup life total lost to the ring. We're playing against some red prison, it seems. Spirit Guide. Okay, Chalice would have been devastating if they were on the play, but I'm in instead. Let's see if I can leverage. Reanimate, pretty annoying to draw. I'm certainly drawing a lot of 1-drops. Didn't realize I played that many. I think rather than wastelanding them, I should really try to get my initiative creature up. Zept in another Shatter Skull. Unlicensed Source. Alright, that's alright. You've already turned off my reanimate, so that's fine. I'd love to find an Ancient Tomb to get the initiative going. Ooh, that's Cabal Coffers. That might do something someday. But that day is not today. I'm going to play another Swamp. And I'm going to discard the 2 reanimates. Cabal Coffers breaks even at 3 swamps, and then you're making mana when you have 4 swamps. So next turn, it makes mana. Rabblemaster, hate that. But I'm just about to put in the initiative. I think I gotta deploy my creature, though. Ravenloft Adventurer. Passageway Seer has lifelink. That's more important to me than whatever the words on Ravenloft's Adventurer are. Cabal Coffers, activate that. Passageway Seer. I don't need to draw with the One Ring because I can't possibly leverage the cards. And this will be a 3-3 in my end step because I have the initiative. Okay, 3-3. I'm going to lose the initiative. Hopefully I don't lose my creature, though. Fury. Oh, no. That's probably game ending. Really needed that lifelink. Do I have any sweepers in the deck? No, they're in the sideboard. Yeah, I can't keep up with this. It is already over. Okay. Go for the Throat, Toxic Deluge, come in. The Ensnaring Bridge is kind of interesting because on one hand, if we get into a grindy crap fest where I can get the initiative and keep it, it's really good. If I have the One Ring going, it's really bad. One Ring and Ensnaring Bridge, not really a combo. I like the rituals, I like the defiles. We did see Unlicensed Hearse, which makes reanimate and out of the tombs a lot worse. I think I probably just leave one reanimating because I don't have enough to cut. I'm just not going to get through my deck if I leave in one out of the tombs. Okay, I will do it like this. Okay, I've got a turn 2 initiative. Unless they Chalice of the Void, then I have basically nothing. I'm still going to keep. Leyline of the Void, sure. Ordered out most of the stuff that cares about that. Den of the Bugbear. Ooh, they're passing. I'm going to cycle Troll. Getting a Swamp's the best thing this is going to do in this match. And I'm going to get the initiative here with my lifelink creature. Ooh, would I rather have the 3-4? And 3-4 is bigger than 2-2. But this will be 3-3 and it has lifelink. I'm going to go with the lifelink. Initiative, this lines up land number 4, which is still a couple turns away. If their game plan is centered around lock pieces, though, like if they have Chalice or Trinisphere or Unlicensed Source or anything like that instead of removal plus threat, my hand's actually extremely well suited to play that game. Chrome Mox, Ancient Tomb, suddenly 4 mana. If they do something like pitch Spirit Guide and cast Fury, I can Defile the Fury. The One Ring. Okay, so I don't get to attack, but I am gassing up here. I get to hold the initiative for a turn, untap with a removal spell up. And this will be a 6/6 before they can interact with it again, because I'm going to forge onto it, and then in my end step I'll still have the initiative. And I am going to forge rather than Lost Well. My deck's not good enough that card selection matters. I just need to make one big stupid asshole and have it carry. Speaking of big stupid assholes, I don't even know what this card does, but I'm excited to have it. Okay, I'm holding up a removal spell. Passageway Seer is bigger than red removal right now. And I have multiple options of 4-drops to cast next turn. I got the One Ring Ravenloft Adventurer and Blitzwing's reverse side, which is a 3/5. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I get flying or indestructible at random, and whenever this damages a player, convert it. And then the front side is a 6/5 with Wound Reflection on it. A tap 10 to the Bugbear. I like that. Ancient Tomb puts you to 15. Chalice on 1, super annoying, as I hold Defile. Good sequencing. And Unlicensed Source, alright. None of these really affect my life that poorly. And I could use One Ring to crash them for 11 this turn, and then put up the shield. Yeah, trap you. And then I put up the One Ring shield. They are very close to dead already. I'm going to play Coffers instead of Urborg. If they tap this tomb, I want it to hurt. Attack for 6, put you to 4. It'll be a 2 when your ring triggers, and then you can't use Ancient Tomb. And then you die to your ring on the following turn. And I'm at 26. Alright, Cabal Coffers, let's go. Gonna have that in play in a legacy game that I win. Already counting it. Don't tell me I can't have it. We're here. We're so close. And I can go into the Throne of the Dead 3 next turn, because I go into Archives in the upkeep, and then I have a bunch of mana to cast Ravenloft Adventurer. When it goes to 2. Right there. Exiling nothing with Unlicensed Source, like a boss, then drawing a card with the ring. Or drawing 3 cards with the ring. They need to find another ring, and they need to cast it without tapping Ancient Tomb. Yeah, we got to win. Alright, now we got to do that on the draw. That's a lot harder. Okay, if they've added Leyline of the Void on top of the Unlicensed Sources that we were already worried about, Reanimate's going to come out completely. Shard of the Void Dragon doesn't do anything if I'm not reanimating at all. Scarab Swarm, I could target them, but then I would have had to kill stuff before that point. I could just bring in another land, stop my land count. Yeah, my sideboard doesn't map very well versus Red Stompy, I'll be honest. I'm not going to bring in Caracas, I don't care about that. I'll bring in some Scarab Swarms. Maybe they could do something. Wait, does this cantrip? It does. Is a 3-mana cantrip worse than a 4-mana 1/1 flying that may or may not do anything? They're both pretty bad. Alright, I'm just going to hold on to the Scarab Swarms and play to the best upside here. Okay, this hand is pretty slow, but it is steady and doesn't care about Chalice or Graveyard Hate. I think that's enough to keep on. It kept 6 and no Leyline. Unfortunate. I would have liked that mull to 5. I would have taken it. Second Urborg. Never really what you want to see, but I've got plenty of mana under me here. City of Traders. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. I have a card in my hand that actually does kind of interact with that card. I'm cycling Troll. Just get these swamps out here. Keep them coming. I don't want to lose to Blood Moon in my deck with 10 swamps. And I'm going to Bowmaster in their upkeep and deal 1 to the Goblin Shaman. That makes it so they can't loot any cards if they want to keep their Goblin. And they can't attack, because then I can just trade it for the Orc Army. 1 to the Shaman. And if they have something like Stomp or Dead Gone here, then that's mana that they've spent on their turn on something that isn't like Rabblemaster. Sure, that's dead. You got me. They still can't attack though, but they can loot. And they can attack if they think a burst of mana is worth more than the goblin long term. Which it might be. I don't know their life. And they ended up keeping all their cards anyway. Awesome. Chalice of the Void. Okay. I've boarded away from that as much as I could. Yeah, no attack. Ooh, Passageway Seer. I was going to say I could shove Blitzwing here, but I'm not sure if that's better. But I am quite sure that Passageway Seer is better than all of this. Blitzwing only being a creature on the back on my turn is actually a huge setback. That's how Living Metal works. It's a vehicle that is automatically crewed on your turn and doesn't have a crew ability any other time. Like a 4-mana 3/5 is actually massive stats in this matchup, but if I can't block with it, I'm way less interested. And this goes up to 3/3 in the end step, bigger than Goblin Shaman. And they missed a land drop last turn. Reflection of Kiki Jiki, very scary. That kills my whole squad. Boo, boo, boo. Shame on you. Pitch Goblin Rabblemaster to do it, which means they have another either equally or more powerful 3-drop to play. Or I guess with the Goblin, they could have a 4-drop here. And I lose the initiative. Jesus Christ. So much worse than everything. Yeah, Fury's really good. Turns out that when you get to just play cards from all the sets, instead of just some commander products or secret layers, your deck is really good. Can I get back in this? If I can, Orcish Bowmaster is the way through, so I am going to hold back Blitzwing and try to do Bowmaster stuff. I can cast this Troll of Khazad-dûm next turn, and it's huge. Are they going to Forge or Lost Well? Lost Well, going for the card selection. AKA wussing out. Top bottomed. Found something they like. Copying the Goblin. Big ramps. I don't think I can contest this Goblin in combat. I think I need both the Bowmaster and the army to make sure I get the initiative back next turn. Okay, they just didn't do anything with all that mana. One to your face. But they did keep a card off of the scry and then didn't cast a spell, so they have something over there. Okay, I could play Troll pre-combat and then Forge onto it and just have the biggest thing. I could play Blitzwing pre-combat and also have the biggest thing. This is much more blockable, though. On the front, it doesn't have any extra keywords. I think just having the biggest Troll is the way to go. They could have just banked a Fury here, and they'll play and copy it next turn and just light me up. But I can set up a race that I am winning, because if 8 Power Troll connects next turn, then I play Blitzwing. That deals another 8 to them. And if I also trap, then Blitzwing actually 13s them. Does Troll need to be bigger? I guess is the question. I could just Forge onto Orcish Bowmaster, so I have a 3/3 in the future. Okay, I actually am going to make this bigger. I think Troll is big enough. If they have gone for Troll, then it's just answered anyway. If they have Fury plus copy, it's answered anyway. All right, this is going to be tight. It's going to come down to this last turn. Oh no, 3 mana in the pool in the end step. Is my Troll gone? Of course it is. All right. Goodbye, Troll. If I had figured out that I don't need to Forge onto the Troll and just attacked with the Bowmaster, would they have bounced that before I cast the Troll? I don't think so. There's no reason to do that. So 4, 9. Blitzwing is still lethal this turn if both of my creatures connect. They've got 1 card in hand. Copying the Goblin. Attacking with both of them. Here we go. I go to 6. You get to stash or goad. They have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana here. Oh no, what's happening? Please like Chalice on 2 or something I don't care about. Yes! Oh my god. Are we going to get a Blitzwing win on live TV? Let me make sure I read this. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. I think we're doing it. 9 times 2 is 18 in my book. Okay, into the trap we go. And what a trap it was. Trap you. And then Urborg Blitzwing on the front. Here we go. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And they're dead. We did it. That was fucking awesome. All right, that makes it worth the whole league. Stick around. We've got more matches coming. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. I'm on the play in round 3 with a turn 1 Bowmaster or turn 2 Ravenloft Adventure. Gonna keep. I'm gonna Swamp Pass, because I can Bowmaster at instant speed if I need to, but I would rather resolve Ravenloft Adventurer. And because of the Ancient Tomb, if they counter my Ravenloft Adventure on turn 2, I can just reanimate it and have it anyway. Pass the turn. Opponent kept 7. Urza's Saga. What flavor of this are you? Pithing Needle. Good luck. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Wasteland. I mean, Wasteland matters a little bit in this matchup. Okay, they did pick Wasteland. Okay. I will have the initiative here. And just in case they are a counterspell deck, I will use the Ancient Tomb to cast it. This isn't necessary if this is like Painter. Alright, cool. We're just in. Didn't need that extra mana, didn't need to lose that 2 life, but we're in there. I get a swamp here and pass the turn. Let's read this thing now that it's in play. I get the initiative. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead with a hit counter on it. And when this attacks, if I've completed a dungeon, defending player loses 1 life for each exiled card with a hit counter they have. A little bonus extra damage if the game happens to grind out for a while. City of Traders. Patches O'Houlihan. Lotus Petal. Mox Opal. This thing's getting large. And they can make a construct if they sack Lotus Petal to do it, which seems super worth it to me, if we're being honest. I'm going to Forge just to keep trying to have the biggest creature. The One Ring. I can just play that, see what happens. Should I save this for a turn and use Bowmaster in the interim? I think I want to save the One Ring. Because attacking here doesn't make sense. I have the initiative. I'm just going to try to hold on to it. And if they make 2 constructs, so 4/4, next one's 5/5, the tutor makes it a 6/6. If they get Shadow Spear and have another mana, they could punish this line, but it still requires a big attack out of them. Lava Spur Boots, yeah, I'm not worried about that one. I have 2 creatures to block with. Blue mana revealed, so my line is also really good against Thoughtcast. Oh, Shadow Spear. You maniac, chill. Stop. They'd need another mana to make that work, though. Right, the boots. Made for stomping. Please attack with everything. Please attack with everything. Alright, just made the correct attack instead. Boring, but okay. Opponent does not have a Force of Will, it seems. I'm just going to block with the little guys. That makes it so Ravenloft Adventurer can crash for 5 here, and I get to go into the ring and protect myself for a turn. Trap. Roast ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up. Let me attack first. I don't want them to know what's coming. 1 ring to rule them all. That's in. I'll draw a card. Another ring. All right. Just tread water until they lose to the initiative somehow. Reanimate my Bowmaster. Ping you for 1. Okay. Okay. The second ring at least gets me into Throne of the Dead 3 and resets the first ring. Emery. Milled over Metallic Rebuke. Good to be aware of that counterspell. Boots on the Emery. That means it can cast Opal or Petal right now. Petal it is. That grows the whole squad. Either Spellbomb. Okay, I mean, I guess that's eventually maybe a little annoying somehow. 1 ring's my main plan here, though. I'm going to archive and draw a card, and then take 1 from the ring, then draw for turn. Ooh, all right. I have Urborg in my hand. I just drew Coffers. Good things are starting to happen. I'm going to play Urborg. And I could go into Throne of Dead 3 right now with a second initiative creature. I don't think that's important. I think resetting the One Ring is the most important thing I can do right now. And I want the smaller one? I think I do. And I have protection right now, so if I tap Ancient Tomb, ooh, okay. I can Dark Ritual out this out of the tombs, put my opponent on notice. Insane stuff is coming. You're not even ready for this. Okay, my creatures are small and bad, so I'm not going to attack. But I am going to get to go into the throne. Hopefully I have at least +2 creatures in play next turn. And I'm going to have Coffers plus Urborg, 6 lands in play. That's a lot of mana to work with. And starting next turn, I will have completed a dungeon for Ravenloft Adventure, if that matters. This is a Kappa cannon here. Hell yeah, it is. Let's go. Opponent's Hellbent, though. They have either Spellbomb up. Their creatures are so big. Okay, what can I do? I can win with that Transformer again, if I can deal any damage to them. Okay, they put Shadow Spear on the Kappa. This does tap them out of Aether Spellbomb for the turn. Alrighty then. I'm going to put Out of the Catacombs last. And I want the Throne of the Dead 3 first. Throne. Opponent creatures with -1 counters on them can't block. So that does affect combat a little bit. Blitzwing is present. I don't know how I'm going to get damage through on them, though. Ravenloft Adventure puts me back to the entrance. This Passageway Seer puts me back into Forge. Oh, okay. I have more routes to initiative than anything else. I'm going to get Blitzwing, I think. I think this is the highest high roll. Because I only have one of those. And I have 8 initiative creatures. I'm about to send one to the bottom, though. I can attack with absolutely nothing. Yeah, I need to find one more initiative trigger for Blitzwing to win the game, but it is an out to win the game here. What does the Undercity give it? 3+1 counters and Hexproof. Dilophosaurus doesn't matter. Can't get through that. Ravenloft Adventurer would guarantee I put them to 3. That doesn't matter if I can't solve the last 3. Maybe I should have drawn with the ring first to have better information. Alright, I'm choosing Blitzwing. Embracing the spirit of the challenge. Out of the Tombs, mills 2. Oh, it milled an initiative creature. It was there. If I find another One Ring or another initiative creature, we're in good shape. Or Reanimate. Reanimate does it now too, because I milled one over. Alright, One Ring. Pay me out, big guy. Defile Troll. Those aren't what I wanted. I have 6 swamps, which is not enough to do basically anything here. Can I stay alive for the turn? Is there any way to do anything? What a tough beat. I think I was just supposed to take one from the ring, draw 2, then make informed decisions off of that. Bummer. Blitzwing almost stole another game here. Okay, Cabal Coffers is in play. That's definitely happening. It's good for 6 mana, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have up to 10 mana here. I can play Passageway Seer and Troll of Khazad-dûm. I am so dead to this Kappa, though. It's just unblockable. And this is going to transform if they don't lose life this turn. Then it'll just be a creature that's not really a creature. I could kill Emery and attack with Ravenloft Adventurer, which would cause them to lose 1 life, but then I lose the Adventurer. Alright, yeah. I think I just missequenced this turn. I mean, the order the cards come off the top of the deck is random, but also I could have had more information to decide. Like, if I just draw the Blitzwing, or if I draw a second thing, then I know it works either way, and it's not up to random anymore. Bummer, that was so close. Okay, Bridge of Khazad-dûm comes in. I think I want Deluge and Go for the Throat. Or no, Go for the Throat only works on Emery in this whole deck, not Artifact. There's a reason this card isn't good. The Swarm could buy me some time and slow down an Emery. That's 5 here. They're going to have Graveyard Hate now, which makes Out of the Tombs a lot worse. I think this is just a game 1 card, basically, all the time. Caracas bounces Emery. I don't think that's enough to play that card. I could just chill on the Reanimate stuff and do more of this. Alright, here I go. Is Blitzwing the best card in the entire world? It's possible. 2 mana, Bowmaster, the old bridge plus 1 ring combo. This is a mulligan. This hand just doesn't do anything. This one is reasonable. I'll keep this, and I think I bottom one of the dark rituals. That's just a lot of the same shit. Urza Saga, Bauble, Opal, Bauble, left up all the baubles. Ancient Tomb, what does this do? I don't think anything important. Now I'm going to play Urborg and pass. Saga. It seems they may have correctly identified that I'm really bad against Urza Saga. Okay, Lotus Petal resolves. I'm going to Bowmaster in the end step. The way baubles work, it doesn't matter if they know about Bowmaster or not. And if they metallic rebuke this, they can't Saga. Right, we're just in. Okay, Blitzwing. I can cast it on the back here and invest in the future. All right, backside of Blitzwing on the stack. I'm ready to blitz your wings so hard. Ooh, that's worth a force of will. Live in fear of the mighty Blitzwing. I pitched a Thoughtcast to that. And here come the constructs that are going to be hard to beat. I'm going to need that Ensnaring Bridge out of my deck sooner than later. Another construct. This would be an extremely powerful turn for them to get Lava Spur Boots. Yep, they figured it out. And another Opal. Yeah, this is the best possible outcome for putting Lava Spur Boots in your deck. Great showcase of that card. I'm going to block the bigger one. And now what? I can play Scarab Swarm, which makes 2 friends. If I tap Ancient Tomb, that leaves up Defile. I don't think that does anything. They could get Shadow Spear off of this, and then I am dead very quickly. All right, I'm not going to take 2 off of Ancient Tomb. Yeah, killing large creatures. Apparently something my deck's very bad at doing. Oh no, they had the Rebuke as well? All right, you did it. Okay, that game 1, Heartbreaker, that one, if I had just sequenced my effects differently, we actually had the win locked up. I had no way to know that, and whether I draw 2, then look at 10, or look at 10, then draw 2, then mill 2, or mill 2, then look at 10, then draw 2, like, that's all just random order of cards. But I do think I should have drawn with the ring before the Throne of the Dead 3, because that's tangible information I have to work with at least. Okay, good match. On to the next round. Welcome to TopDeck.gg, your community's home for everything competitive Magic has to offer. If you're hosting an event, playing for a huge prize, or advertising your events to thousands of players, we've got you covered. Using intuitive pairing software, playing Magic is a breeze. Players just have to sign up online, then scan the QR code in-store. Give competitors the gift of perfect information as their bracket updates in real time. The self-reporting software saves you time and leaves paper match slips in the past. Leave the heavy lifting to TopDeck.gg so your community can relax and focus on playing Magic. I'm on the draw in round 4 with a hand that is crazy slow and doesn't really do anything. I'm going to mulligan. This hand is just as slow, but has 2 payoffs. Am I at the point in my development with this deck where I have to have Ancient Tomb or Dark Ritual, or I just don't keep? Or am I willing to keep these? I'll keep it. Opponent's name is Ice9 Big Fan. We got a enjoyer of heavy music. Shout out Ice9 Kills. We're on a mull to 4, and I'm super bummed because I know that my deck cannot take advantage of this. Alright, if it's oops all spells, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait. I'm holding Wasteland. I don't think I've Wastelanded anything in this league yet. I think Wasteland is worth doing here. If they mull to 4 and they don't have an initial mana source, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is Black Saga Storm, and now I look foolish for playing my Wasteland that early. I thought for sure it would be oops all spells based on the mull. Let's see if they can leverage this Saga. Second Saga, okay. It's not an Ancient Tomb. Orcish Bowmaster would be a great draw here because one of the ways they can get out of this is Echo of Eons. Hey, the magic gods are smiling. All right, let's see what happens here. The Saga will run its course without making a construct. It does get to tutor. I didn't play out Urborg because A, it doesn't matter, all my lands are already swamps, and B, I don't want to enable black mana for my opponent. Chrome Box. They might find some anyway. Pitched a Bowmaster. Okay. LED. Mox Opal. 1 card left in hand. Just making a construct. Yeah, I might just lose to this 4/4. Nothing matters. Life is pain. All right, I'm going to play out my Bowmaster, even though that makes theirs able to kill mine, but they just materialize this Saga game plan out of nowhere. All right, I was about to say I'd love an Ancient Tomb or a Dark Ritual here, and we got one. Passageway Seer, Ravenloft Adventurer. I like Lifelink better because my next follow-up is going to be the One Ring. +1 counter on this thing. Got a 3/3. I have the initiative. One Ring's ready. Construct. Let's see if they've got a Boots or a Spear, and if that is what they want to be doing. They do have Boots. And they're willing to spew off a Mox Opal to connect with them. I think that's a reasonable choice. I think I want to block the big one, let them tutor a swamp, and then get a big attack back. And I'm at 12 life when this starts to happen. I could have jumped with Bowmaster or Passageway Seer, but I do have to inflict damage to my opponent to win the game. Unfortunately, that's part of it. They do have a swamp. There it is. And now it's my turn to do stuff. Combat with both creatures. They can't cast Bowmaster with what they're representing. I believe I want to forge onto my Bowmaster so they can't kill it with their own. Mine is just sticky now. And I am going to use Urborg so I don't have to take damage from Ancient Tomb to cast my ring. And then, oh yeah, played out the Urborg rewarded. Found the Cabal Coffers. Throw Mox from the opponent. Is that just for stats, or are you pitching the last card that you have? Just for stats, it seems. Okay, deal 5 to you. I take 1. They can cast a Bowmaster here. That is the last card in hand. Dark Ritual is even more mana. I draw 2 cards here, so their Bowmaster would kill mine if that's what they have. Am I willing to take that risk? Archive also draws a card. I could Dark Ritual out Ravenloft Adventurer, get into the Archive. All right, I'm going to tap my One Ring and hope their last card in hand isn't Bowmaster. Disappointing. Why would it be anything else? All right, yep, you got that. They have to put all 3 damage on my Bowmaster to clear it. I do have Reanimates in my deck. None of those are Reanimates. Yeah, that's a bummer. Can I get into Throne of the Dead 3 right now? I think so. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. Or it's even more than that because I have the Coffers. Okay, 1, 2. That's 5. Ravenloft Adventurer. Archive does draw another card, unfortunately, but everything that can die is already dead. What is dead may never die. And they deal 1 to me. And then Dark Ritual. Another adventure into the Throne of the Dead 3. Give me something good. Passageway Seer, Ravenloft Adventure. Okay, so more initiative dummies. Or I could Bowmaster their Bowmaster. I think that's where I want to be here. Yep, Bowmaster, you are Bowmaster now. I'm back in this. Cool. And then I have a 5/5 lifelink in the end step. Their Bowmaster is exiled with a hit counter, so these Ravenloft Adventurers do all deal an extra 1 in combat. And opponent afraid to attack. Let's go, we got him on the run. Initiative first. Want to clear a swamp out of my deck before I do any more drawing. Lose 2 life. Draw multiple Raven Adventurers. Okay. This can put me back into trap right away. Let's draw 3 cards. Give them to me. Oh, Shard of the Void Dragon. I can just cast this. How does this work? What does it do? Okay, this is a 7 drop. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or is put in exile from a battlefield, put 2 +1 counters on this. Bad luck. Guess what all your permanents are? Okay. I have access to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. I could just Ravenloft twice here. Do I have a lethal attack if I do that? Hold on, there'll be a 5, and then block, block, block. Still take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, you're dead. Ravenloft Adventure. Sorry, Shard of the Void Dragon. I was excited for you. I can also forge onto another creature to make this even more deadly. Yeah, I'll make Orc Army bigger. Ravenloft Adventurer. Put you to 5. Cabal Coffers. Let's go. Block the 5, the 4. There is 1 creature with a hit counter. Whenever this attacks, so they're at 3 before we even go to blocks. Yeah, and every creature is lethal. Let's go. Hit counter is doing the thing. Hit ya. Ping, ping. I just had to remind myself that Lava Spur Boots is not Shadow Spear. And then we were fine. Oh, sick. Yeah, just beating up on a combo deck that mulled to 4. I'll take it. I don't care. Think I'm too proud for that? You don't even know me. Okay, Stone of Eric, way too slow and doesn't matter against this deck. Thorn of Amethyst, insane here. Defile, really good against Bowmaster. Out of the Tomb's too slow. Maybe this card just sucks. Maybe that's why we don't see it in decks. Spitting Dilophosaurus also kills Bowmaster and can help me punch through constructs. I don't know that I need Reanimate. And if I'm doing all that, then Shard of the Void Dragon has to go too. It had a moment to shine. Unfortunately, I just had a better line. Okay, let's go. On the draw, if they just send it, I have no recourse here. Mindbreak Trap, not legal. Pact of Negation is, but obviously I can't pay for that. This hand is all in on Shard of Narsil, but it is the presence of a sideboard card. Wish I was on the play, but still probably going to keep this. Huge upside. I have so much mana, I just need to draw anything to do with it. And if they echo me on turn 0, it doesn't matter, so I'm just going to keep. Okay, I boarded out a bunch of the reanimate stuff. They mulled to 5 and had a ley line. All right, turn 1, this. Turn 2. Can I turn to the One Ring, or am I stuck under my own shard? Dark Ritual into, 3, 4. No, all right. Yeah, I am locked under my own thing here. That's fine. Hopefully it's worse for you than it is for me. Probably not going to be, though. Urza's Saga is present. We can play One Ring next turn at the cost of infinite life. Yep. Saga is just doing its thing. Ravenloft Adventurer, you're a little late, but I'll still take you. Taking a 2/2. They can have a 4/4. That Vault of Whisper is so good here. Okay. 3/3. Mox Opal. Okay, that's not Lava Spur Boots. Second Constructs. Second Saga. Hate that. I am going to chump block here because I have the initiative and I can play the One Ring and keep the initiative for a while. And I'm not winning these combats. I guess I have to go into the Lost Well. Is Forge +2 counters on target creature. Yeah, it's not up to 1 target creature. So unless I'm willing to buff their creatures, which I'm not, I'm going to have to do some selection. Double Ravenloft. Top. I'll keep those around. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am going to play the Urborg so I can get closer to drawing coffers and going off. Okay, they went for Bowmaster. That card's really good. Gets to ping me for 1. And here we go. Once again, facing down death, narrowly hiding behind a One Ring. There's a Saga, huge problem for my deck, despite having Wasteland in it. I get the stash this turn. A little extra mana. Another ring. Okay, we can keep the party going. Got to take beats off the Bowmaster, but that's fine. I am in a lot of pain anyway, so go ahead, hurt me. I'm just dead if the shield ever breaks, so let's do it. Oh, they pinged their own orc army. Do they know I don't have protection anymore? That was last turn. All right, cool. I guess I'll take that 2 life. Let's see. Dark Rituals make 1 mana each. Ring costs 5. Just trying to see if I can double spell this turn. I basically have, off of these, I get 3, 4 mana, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Ancient Tomb, Dark Ritual, nets 1 mana. Dark Ritual nets 1 mana. And then I can play this One Ring. And then I don't take damage from Ancient Tomb because I have protection from everything. Take the new one. Wait for the protection bubble. And then draw a card. Another ring. All right. The secret actual plan to this deck has revealed itself, which is just hide behind the One Ring as the initiative wins the game. Though I still have to figure out how I'm going to win this game. No current plan to do that. Ravenloft Adventurer, get in. I get a spooky skeleton. And then next upkeep, I'm in the throne. Made another construct. If they have a needle to get out of this construct and turn off my rings, that's pretty good. 7/7 Construct joins the party. I don't have my Toxic Deluges in. Tutor another Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, this time, because there's a Bowmaster in play, I actually want to go into the Undercity first. There we go. See, look at this. I found my own Bowmaster, which can ping and then reanimate theirs. Or do I want to Spitting Dilophosaurus them? That kills their Bowmasters. I can reanimate it and then still play a One Ring. This has to attack to put a -1 counter on things. This is a way I could push damage someday. I think Bowmasters is better, but the dinosaurs so much more funny. This would be a... This does 2 or 3 counters. 3. This would be a 6/5. That's not big enough to beat any of this shit. It does block the Orc army. Alright, we're doing it. I'm going Dino mode. Spit right on your Bowmaster. Spit right on its stupid head. Oh, right, I can't reanimate it. Shit. Ravenloft Adventurer just exiles it. Alright, never mind. I should have got Bowmaster. Now I don't have one. Okay. They can't cast Bowmaster right now. One Ring. As wild as it is, I would really love a Cabal Coffers at this point. I have access to 8 or 9 mana right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I ever pass without a One Ring protection, I just die. Is there a sequence of mana that actually casts 2 spells here? Yeah, I just have to take more off One Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'll just tap the tombs. I think I have to do this to get this One Ring in. And then this tomb doesn't hurt me to cast. Do I want Passageway Seer? Is the lifelink gonna matter? It might. All right, Passageway Seer. Back to the top of the dungeon. Get another swamp. And sure, I'll draw a card. Defile. That might actually kill something. Hasn't happened yet in this entire league. Yeah, they have a Bowmaster now. I should have... I just forgot about the Ravenloft Adventure. I guess it doesn't matter, because this Bowmaster would have just pinged my Bowmaster. It's mostly the same thing. Okay, they're sending an Echo of Eons to kill my Ravenloft Adventurer. Can't get me with these triggers. Alright, yeah, let's go. This can kill my non-dinosaur creatures. I came up with a Bowmaster of my own. Don't hate that. This is falling behind very quickly, though. I need Blitzwing, the best card in my deck. Yeah, so everything except the Dino dies. Their Orc army's now 12/12. I was spun into an even worse situation than I started in. 7 fresh cards, and they're all bad. The Bowmaster's fine. The rest are bad. There's 1 ring left in my deck. 1 ring to rule them all. Do I have to Lost Well here? How am I ever winning this game? I guess I have to Lost Well. Ravenloft Adventurer. This doesn't save me. It just stashes. I think I have to bottom both. Lose 1. Draw. Wasteland. A useful card for the time that's not now. You Bowmaster their Bowmaster. Then draw some cards. More Wastelands and Trolls. Am I finally dead? I think so. They did it. Okay. Game 3. Now I get to be on the play. Yeah, this deck is really crazy, miserably soft to just a 6/6 creature. Just some creature that's bigger than my Defiles can pick off. If they've got ley lines in, that makes Reanimate even worse. I'll bring in Toxic Deluge just for... Like, I'm happy to pay 8 to clear out their stuff when the combo is mostly shut down and I just need to survive these dummies. He's relatively happy. Okay. Now I have that option available. This is not good. I'm going to mulligan. My brain has a lot of trouble processing what these cards even are. This is turn 3 One Ring. Is that even good? If they go combo mode, this hand is shit. But if they go grindy mode, I actually really like the Wasteland. All right, they went to 5 and had a ley line, so we're playing against another 4-card hand. I'm going to get the Ancient Tomb out there, even though it doesn't represent anything good. It's the one that I least want spun away with an Echo. Agadeem tap. I love a Dark Ritual here. Let me get that Passageway Seer going. Troll of Khazad-dûm. It's not what I wanted. I am worried about wastelanding them because, like, if I don't wasteland them, Bowmaster becomes live. If I do wasteland them, they're less worried about playing out a Saga, I'm going to go for the Wasteland. Their deck is capable of such crazy things. I got to constrict it where I can. Defile, okay. Now that means Urborg kills Bowmaster. Take some pressure off. That Wasteland did buy me a turn of meaningful interaction. Thoughtseize. All right, my thoughts. And I have 2 good 4-drops to play here, so this Thoughtseize isn't completely devastating. If they Thoughtseize the Defile and then go Bowmaster Echo, that's bad. They took the ring, and they do have a Saga, and an Opal, and pass the turn. Got that Thoughtseize bug in me. 1, 2, 4. There were multiple routes to get to 4 there. I just took the one that was the most fun. Okay, getting a swamp here anyway, which is why I didn't cycle Troll. And now the race is on. They know my hand is shit, but they do think they took the 1 ring, but I do have another one. We'll see if they can send a combo right now. Double Saga. You know, I understand I used that Wasteland earlier, but also this is multiple times that my opponents have had 2 Sagas in the top 9 cards of their deck. Oh, Beseech the Mirror. I just lose. Cool. This should be able to come up with a deterministic Tendrils line if that's something their deck contains. Oh, even better. Cool. Yeah, that works too. All right, yeah. Just the fast combo. What do we got? 1 more round of this? Let's go do it. The NYSE Open is a prestigious, long-running vintage tournament based out of New York City. It's returning again this summer, June 22nd, 2024 in Plainview, New York. This 15 proxy event has a $500 entry. That's a lot of money, but what are we playing for? First place gets a Black Lotus. 2nd through 8th place get Time Twister, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxen. At 115 players, a playset of Bizarre Baghdad is added to the prize pool. At 135, 4 Mishra's Workshops. At 155, 4 Foil Gaia's Cradle. This prize pool is better than Eternal Weekend. If you think it's worth playing for, sign up for the event on melee.gg or use the link in the video description, and I will definitely see you there. On the play in the final round, I have turn 2 Bowmaster, turn 3 Initiative or 1 Ring. I think I'm going to lead on Wasteland and cycle Troll, because that's a line that normal Legacy decks would take and doesn't change my sequencing at all. Island, Preordain. Okay, probably a combo deck. Preordain's not usually in fair decks. Even Delver decks play like Portent before they play Preordain these days. I'll cycle the Troll. Basic Swamp achieved. Play that out. Nothing to worry about here. Flooded Strand. I'm going to play the Bowmaster in the end step. There's no cat and mouse game here. This is just, here's my freaking card. Can you answer it? And then here's another freaking card if you can't. Basic Plains fetched in response. They could just plow here. I'm just going to go to combat before I do anything. Attack. No interaction for that. Passageway Seer. Go get them. Plowing Bowmasters in response is fine. Brainstorm. Dig in for answers. Fear the Initiative. Initiative hasn't really been in the format since Rescaminator became a thing. So we're reminding people what they got to do around here. Force Pitch Spell Pierce, which is cool because I'm holding a 1 ring. Preordain. I'm still not convinced this is a fair deck with the Preordains, but the Plow, yeah, maybe they're just trying really hard to make miracles work. They do have really nice old border printings or old border options of all these cards, so seem to be a invested Legacy player. I don't know what that means particularly, but I think it's true. An attack with my Orc. And then I'm going to see if the 1 ring is allowed to resolve. We're doing Stompy stuff here. My deck is very bad at interacting, but it is very good at putting scary things on the stack, and a slow 1-for-1 kind of control deck is exactly the type of matchup we can exploit. Okay, we've gotten 2-for-1s on the last 2 consecutive turns. We'll see if that continues to hold. If they do pivot into just show and tell Omniscience, good job. But I don't think those decks would have Supreme Verdict and Plow in the main. And they just missed a land drop, holding 3 spells over there. And I drew another 1 ring. Life is good. Attack. I will, I guess, play another 1 ring. I want to keep testing the counter magic. I don't want to suddenly cast a good spell. All right, yeah, now force pitching Jace. Opponent is hurting over there. Spending 2 spells to answer every one of mine. That is the game plan we're looking for. We'll see if they can flip the script on me. Achieved 4 mana, but just pitched the Jace. I don't know, I just have this feeling that their last card in hand is a white removal spell. And I'm going to be super bummed when Blitzwing gets killed. Here he is anyway. Good for an extra 1 point of damage this turn. I'm casting on the front because if Swords to Plowshares or Exile-based removal is what they have, this side's bigger. Trigger! Got you for 1. Blitzwing. Getting that burst damage in everywhere we go. Alright, Swords to Plowshares confirmed, but they did pass priority one too many times. They got an extra point out of them. I hope that matters. Okay, we're now out of stuff to do, but deck is full of heaters. That's not one of them. Starting to brick off a little bit. This is where the blue control deck can get some advantage. Yeah, if they just stick like a Teferi or a Jace or something here. Flip a Triumph of St. Catherine. Search for his Kanta. Powerful stuff. Yeah, they're in the deep control sauce over there. Another Wasteland. Attack for 1. The good news is, if they flip this Search for his Kanta, I've had this Wasteland in play literally since turn 1. I can just take out the Sunken Ruin. I'm not in a particular hurry to do this. I could do it in the end step. Like, anytime I do it, they could just activate it once. They're fetching right now. Preordain. I'm going to Wasteland the Azcanta now. That way, if they find something like Jace or Narset, they're already tapped low. But if they just find it off Preordain and get to jam it, that sucks. Brainstorm is what they found. Pretty anemic, but does keep the juice flowing. It ended up being a really good target for Wasteland when I didn't think we were going to get one. Come on, deck. Big spell. Big spell. No, not another Wasteland. Alright, got you down to 6 life. That's still a lot to work with. The Preordain kept both on top. They've paused in every one of their draw steps, which means they have a set stop. They have a stop set there, and that means that there's miracles in the deck. You don't stop in your draw step if you're not trying to bluff something. And now Brainstorm takes over this game. Force, 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 plow, plow, and then we're in a top deck war where their cards are better. Oh my god. And I could kill a Triumph of St. Catherine now. Still not super stoked about it. Okay, they went to 5. I'm deciding if I want to Wasteland this Flooded Strand. You're targeting yourself with Predict. I'm going to Wasteland Flooded Strand right now. You either lose this land or you don't know what's being predicted. Okay, they went for the known quantity. That's just a spot where you can turn on Wasteland in a matchup where it's dead. Named Flooded Strand, drew 2, flipped to Terminus. Okay, I tried. Another hand's full of cards. I did cycle a Troll of Khazad-dûm earlier this game when I already had a bunch of lands. I wasn't quite at enough to play Troll. I had a Cabal Coffers that didn't net mana at the time, though I certainly would have liked to cast that. In the last few turns when we were chilling, top their Preordain again. We're so dead. If I can introduce the initiative, that's a way to cheese. Does a lot. Reanimate gets back the initiative. Initiative creatures, obviously, have the initiative. Oh my god. I am attacking this immediately. If Force Blue card are the last cards in your hand, let's get you Hellbent again. Okay, they are. Cool. I will still take that exchange. Pretty happy with it, in fact. And I can Defile to finish off this Mentor now, also. Might as well. I'm not going to leave that thing in play, and I might need the mana on my turn. Alright. I now have zillions of mana. Urborg just turned on everything. However, opponent's Hellbent at 4. I am functionally Hellbent at 19. And they've done a lot more sculpting than me. Ponder. Good stuff. He did not shuffle Ponder. Come on, deck. Some useful card. Something with text. Oh my god. I have so much mana, nothing to do with it. Caracas. Snapcaster Mage. Oh no. That card's so good. Snap Ponder. Triple your clock. And draw a card. I could cast literally any card. I could cast Shard of the Void Dragon now easily. The Spitting Saurus is actually pretty good. Out of the Tombs could get this game over. I mean, Out of the Tombs is a pretty bad draw, but I would still take it because it's literally anything. Opponent did not shuffle Ponder again. Come on, deck. Give me a card. Ravenloft Adventurer. Cast this card. And I don't love introducing the initiative now that they have more creatures than me, but also it's literally a card that I have. I'm going to cast it. There's so many turns where this thing would have broke the game, and now it might actually lose me the game. But gotta cast it. It's here. Okay, I have the initiative. Let's see if they have a Swords of Plowshares ready to go immediately. They've kept so many Ponders, it would be hard to believe that they can't control this thing. Okay, they're setting up a Predict for their turn. They know the second card down, and they're drawing 2 random cards here. Suddenly 3 cards in hand. Swords of Plowshares, yep. The best possible card, but they've done so much selecting, it's not like I didn't expect that to be a thing they might have. The first room of the initiative isn't that bad. This gives me a turn, like they just find another basic, which they have a million of already. This gives me a turn to find another initiative creature or reanimate. Come on, good cards. Alright, I'll pass. My deck still has One Ring in it, which can solve all sorts of stupid situations, but yeah, that dearth of just no cards worth casting from turn 4 to turn 12 or so gave them all the time they needed. This was the type of game we could win if we just had one more thing to do earlier than right now. Forging onto the monk makes it enormous, and now I've taken so much damage that the One Ring's not even really that reliable to crush the game. I don't get that many cards out of it. Monastery Mentor. Uh-oh. I'd still take a One Ring here, don't get me wrong. Another Urborg, cool. Alright. Wrecked off like crazy into the mid-game where I was actually feeling really good about the early game. I think Scarab Swarm is another huge thing I can do here. Out of the Tombs might still get this opponent, but now they're going to have Graveyard Hate. But I didn't actually cast a Reanimate or show them any reason to bring in Graveyard Hate. They might just assume that I have stuff. Out of the Tombs, the problem is, if you can't bring a card back from the graveyard, you lose. So if they just have like a Soul Guide Lantern at any point, they can let me run my deck out and then bomb me and I lose. Scarab Swarm makes a bunch of dummies. Defile, they do actually have creatures that they're using to do stuff. Alright, I think that's the only change I'm going to make. On the play, this is a turn 2 One Ring into their wall of counter magic, including Spell Pierce. Or it's a turn 4 One Ring if I'm willing to cycle these trolls away to get to it. I think I'm going to keep just having land drops to make and a spell to cast. It's probably enough for me to justify in this long, slow, grindy matchup. Exactly the matchup where I'd love to have 4 Duresses in my deck. I think I would main deck 4 Duresses if the Arcane Secret Lair was on Magic Online. That's just legacy power level interaction that this deck is otherwise lacking. Top bottom Preordain. Cycle a Troll. Ancient Tomb. Oh, they can't Spell Pierce me right now, so I'm going to go for One Ring. It's going to cost them 2 cards to answer it, and it cost me 2 cards to cast it, so we're even, but if this resolves, it's so insane. Yep, Forest Pitching Snapcaster. That was never going to resolve, but I had to try. At least when Spell Pierce wasn't available. And now I need the deck to deliver some goods. Just give me cards to cast. Defile is not it. Knight's Whisper is legal in this format. I thought about it. Didn't really have room for it. I thought the One Ring and the high density of bangers would do it. Okay. Found a banger. And it's a banger they do have to dress down or counter. Because if it resolves, I'm in. Oh shit, was I supposed to leave up black? Oh no. I just reflexively didn't tap the Wasteland, but if they have Swords to Plowshares and then Snapcaster Mage and take the initiative here. Okay, we got to their turn. That might have been a huge punt though. I'm not going to find a target for Wasteland here, but I might have needed to defile something. Hey, blue, blue, white, white. Yep, that's the spot I would have liked to cast Defile, just in the end step. See what they're cooking with. Okay, so this is 2 creatures. I get to go into the Lost Well. Well, I have to go into the Lost Well. I don't get to. I don't want to be there at all. Ancient Tomb to the bottom. One Ring on top. Draw this. Defile the Mentor. See if this resolves. If they force this, I'll play the One Ring. All right, Defile the Monk. I have exactly enough mana to do everything here. One Ring, get in. Were they patient or did they just not have a counter? Don't have a counter. Good news. Draw. Okay, I'm doing stuff. I have a ring resolved, and I'm cranking through the Undercity, and I have a follow-up threat. Ponder. Did not shuffle, also did not play a land. That makes me feel like they have Snapcaster. Going into the stash. Okay, another initiative creature. Love to see it. I could play Shard of the Void Dragon here. That card is very bad versus Snap Plow, though. I think I have to Passageway Seer here. Because this gives me 2 blockers if they have Snap Plow. Because I get the Catacomb right away. Spooky Skeleton. Okay, there we go. Do you have Snap Plow? Like, even getting swept up by Terminus isn't that bad, but like, Snap Plow, Untap Plow is really devastating. And set Brainstorm. That means we're not getting Snap Plowed. Starting to take over here. We're doing stuff. Throne of the Dead 3 coming soon. Okay, Terminus now before the Throne of the Dead 3. I like that. See you later. You cards. Ponder. I'm not going to cycle this troll. I got plenty of mana, and I might need a 6/5 for 6. They shuffled the Ponder. I think that's the first cantrip that they haven't kept in this entire match. Got Wasteland ready for Azcanta. Okay, this time I'm going to draw the cards first. Oh, I should have let the trigger resolve. This is an extra damage. I was so determined not to mess up like I did last game that I just did this thing backwards. All right, that's an extra damage. I hope I lose at exactly 0 life. Throne of the Dead 3. Ravenloft Adventurer. Oh, Scarab Swarm gets me 1, 2. Is this artifacts and lands? Swarm gets me 2 extra bugs. That's not that many. Bowmaster is freaking Bowmaster. And it would have hexproof going into next turn versus shoving through the... All right, I'm going to get Bowmaster here. I think that's better than shoving through the initiative. And I'm going to do that anyway. Cool. Another Wasteland. Ravenloft Adventurer. Heck yeah! All right, cool. We did it. Just have to keep them coming. Keep the threats coming. Do I want Throne of Amethyst in this matchup? If they get into the late game where they have 4 or 5 and beyond mana, this card just doesn't matter. But if they keep an early hand that's reliant on cantrips, it can be super annoying. I'm looking at Scarab Swarm and probably either Defiles or Rituals. And Rituals good early, but they have so many counter spells that it might be a risk. They are pretty creature-centric. Like, is cutting 2 Swarms, 2 Rituals good for 4 Thorns on the draw? It would have been better on the play, but we're not on the play. I could go 4 Rituals, keep the Swarms. And that's less explosive, but more solid as the game plays through. I am going to try the Thorns. Might be terrible, but I'm trying it. On the draw, of course, because that's how play draw rule works. For the final game of the league, and I have 4 mana, a 2-drop, a 4-drop, a 4-drop. I actually think just keeping a slow and steady application of pressure is the way to do this. This hand gets punished insanely hard by just like turn 3 Mentor with Force Backup, a play pattern that I personally am a big fan of and won a lot of games with many years ago. I hope they don't have that here. Ooh, the Dilophosaurus. I don't think that quite keeps up with Mentor, but it at least makes it little or kills a monk. Okay, my deck is here to cast spells. Here's Orcish Bowmaster. I'm never going to leave up 2 mana again to try to snipe a cantrip. Just start testing their interaction. Dress down. Okay. That is barely an answer to Bowmaster. Fetching an island. Okay, it does stop me from jamming initiative. If I draw Ancient Tomb, which I did, good play. Okay. It doesn't stop me from jamming the One Ring, though. Can't dress down everything I play. Let's see if they have that one of Spell Pierce. Nope. Cool, we're in. Draw that card. Load that hand. 3 Bowmastering. Surely nobody plays 2 of those. In for 1. And that turn was a great example of just casting your spells when you're a deck that all it can really do is cast its spells. Because if I had tried to be clever about the Bowmaster, wait till they cast a Brainstorm, and then I ram Passageway Seer right into Dress Down. Okay, well, here's the Mentor pivot that I was worried about. I can actually kill Mentor this turn, though, if they have nothing. What do I think the chances of that are? Pretty good, right? All right, Spitting Dilophosaurus. Get in here, put a damage on Mentor, or a -1 on Mentor. -1 counter on that. Then I'm going to attack with my Bowmaster. I'll offer this trade. If they cast a spell, I'll respond to that spell with the other Bowmaster. If they have Swords of Plowshares and Force Blue card here, then they're going to get a really good combat. or they can get nothing at all. All right, I'm going to move to my end step. I'm going to play Bowmaster. If they plow in response, they can save their mentor, but just having this thing around is huge. Target this. Do they have the plow? They do. Okay. Maybe with patience, I could have got that. I didn't activate One Ring yet because that's just extra damage for stuff that isn't gonna be cast anyway. Second mentor. Oh no. This is the game plan I didn't want to see. I did not bring in any toxic deluges. And I do think that's correct not to do that. But if they get aggro about this. Ooh, okay. Now I've got options. I'm going to defile the first mentor and see if I can get some spells on the stack. Just died. All right. Fascinating. I'm going to draw some more cards, see if I can find another defile, because that worked out really well. Passageway Seer. No such luck. Okay. I'll just play the other Bowmaster. Ping this mentor. Wow, it just went to the graveyard. I wasn't expecting that to happen. All right, Dilophosaurus picks off this. Oh, right. This works at attacks too. I guess I had that mentor dead anyway. Cool. First time I've attacked with this dinosaur. All right, Snapcaster, emergency block. Wow, not even getting waiting for the plow, rather just trade off with Dino. Okay, I'll take that. That was a good exchange. I just have to make sure I don't die to my own One Ring. Passageway Seer has lifelink. The next One Ring can replace this one. Bonus down to 3 cards in hand, though, and I'm just cranking like crazy over here with the ring. I'm at 11. Shard of the Void Dragon. What's up, buddy? I'm going to attack first. Whatever they're going to do, if they're going to flip into Terminus here or play a Snapcaster, I want it to happen in combat. Okay. I have enough mana to cast 2 Passageway Seers. 4 in the pool, Passageway Seer. I have the initiative. And do I want to cast another one of these? I could play Scarab Swarm. Just thinking about what I would rather have if they Terminus or Supreme Verdict this turn. And I think I would rather just still have this handful of cards. Tapping Ancient Tomb reduces my clock with the ring. They're fetching. Hardcast Terminus, you got it. Okay, glad I held back. That's a lot of damage I didn't take. I guess I go into the Lost Well here now that I have no creatures. I'd love to see a second ring. All right, Troll, Swamp, don't need either of those. At 8, Swarm and Seer. If I play the Swamp, I can cast 2 spells here without tapping Ancient Tomb, and I think that's better than wasting their Caracas. I'm in the stash, and then I'm going to Bug Bomb their graveyard. This is worth 4 extra bugs, but it turns off Snapcaster Mage. Okay, I would love to get to a point where I connect at least once with Passageway Seer. Even if they plow the Seer, just that life bubble will give me some peace of mind. Another mentor. Okay. My wall of bugs. Not impressed. Ponder. I could activate One Ring now, try to draw one of the 2 Bowmasters left in my deck, because I know 2 of them are on the bottom. Oh no, one's in exile. No, I would be cutting a whole turn off of Ring block to try to hit a 1-outer to deal 1 extra damage to them. I don't think that's worth doing. Right, Ponder, Preordain. This is the 3rd mentor, by the way. I love their dedication to the old ways here. Preordain bottomed. Okay, it looks like whether it's Swords to Plowshares or combat damage, it seems like I'm going to gain some life off this Passageway Seer. Spooky Skeleton. One Ring puts me to 5. Draw for turn. Ooh, found a Defile. Sick. I'm going to Defile Mentor before combat. And I'm going to attack with Passageway Seer and the original Swarm. I'm going to leave back a bunch of bugs. I didn't even look at their life total, honestly. I was still worried about my own. There might have been a better attack here. But I go back to 8, and let's see, we've got 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness. You know what time it is? That boy is coming. It is not correct to play this card, but I am freaking going to. Shard of the Void Dragon is on the stack in Legacy. Cool. I am quite certain it's wrong to play that card, but I don't care. We're at the end of the league. I'm pretty far ahead. I'm going to rock it. If that can be involved in the game-winning board state, we're doing it. Brainstorm. So Blitzwing dealt 1 to my opponent and drew out a removal spell in game 1 of this match. The Spitting Dilophosaur killed a Monastery Mentor, and now Shard of the Shard Dragon, the Shard Dragon, lol, Shard of the Void Dragon is on the battlefield. I'm not going to tap the ring here, so I am just going to go into the throne first. Them flipping into a Terminus is my nightmare scenario right now, and their deck's very good at setting that up. We'll see if it happens. I go back into the Undercity and get a Swamp out of here, which now shuffles those Bowmasters off the bottom of my deck. And I guess I just go to combat here. Declare attacks. Here they come. The Shard Dragon has triggered. Sacrifice that monk. Get it out. Brainstorming in response. Did they set up the Terminus? Seems likely. Yep. Okay. That's all right. Shard of the Shard Dragon. Triggered once. I am pretty worried about this One Ring again. We're back to that. Terminus gets rid of this whole squad. And I have been sandbagging. I have things I can play here. Second Cabal Coffers of 2. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Cast that. And rebugs. This gives me 1 bug, but does cut off Snapcaster Mage. Surgicaling your own Caracas. Okay. That shuffles the... Oh, they didn't exile it, though. They could have been using that Surgical just to shuffle their Brainstorm that they know is bad, but if they had actually exiled the Caracas, I would have gotten 1 less bug here. Okay. 3 versus 4 on the ring. I could just draw 4 cards right now, go to 1 next upkeep, or I could save all that. What am I saving it for? No, I'm going to pass. I have Lethal on board. Swords of Plowshares is one of the major removal spells in their deck. I can forge onto my bug, hoping to dodge a Supreme Verdict here. They topped. Oh no. What does that mean for me? It means I'm going to 2 in my upkeep. Forge onto the Scarab Swarm. That 2. Draw. Oh. Okay. This does start squeezing your interaction before anything else even happens. Okay, that resolved. Play my Swamp, and I'm going to go to combat. Swords of Plowshares is great for me. Snapcaster doesn't block here. They can Brainstorm into another damn Terminus. Okay, here we go. Okay, now my One Ring has to come up with another replacement One Ring, or I lose. That was a lot of Terminuses. Clutch Terminuses. All right, deck. Hook it up here. Moment of truth. One ring in the pile. Easy game. All right. That was a close one. And they can't Force of Will because of my last minute sideboard inclusion. That should close the game out. And I got a little Bowmaster for the road. They also have 49 seconds left on their clock, just in case that matters. But they're in the trap here, so unless they have Shock in their deck, I think we're good. Snapcaster. All right, we're going to Snap Brainstorm. I'm going to kill Snapcaster and deal 2 to them. And then we'll see what's left in the world. Or no, that's Preordain under it. Okay, Preordain. You got it. I will kill Snapcaster with this. And that costs 2. This looks like a fair and square win on the board. I'm going to trap their life total away right before... Oh, wait, was I going to win anyway? Like, did I even need this ring, or was the trap going to kill them? Were they at 5? I think they were. Okay, I might have been okay there anyway. Awesome game. A 2-3 record where one of the losses was me stacking my upkeep triggers potentially incorrectly. There was a winning way to sequence that final turn on that one game that I lost. I have done much worse with much better decks on this channel. Is this the best deck you can build out of Universes Beyond cards? Probably not. There's a whole other world if you ignore... Like I said, I started with like, what are my most powerful cards? Bowmaster, Ancient Tomb, Dark Ritual, that kind of stuff. But like Birds of Paradise, Elvish Mystic, Blighted Halfling, Minskin Boo, One Ring, like maybe there's a blue-green base deck like Rug, Ramp, and that deck could play Brainstorm and Swords to Plowshares, like maybe that deck's better. But certainly for stress testing what this UB only format looks like, I'm not embarrassed with this showing. Out of the Tomb sucked. That should just be something else. Maybe some main deck Thorn of Amethyst. I thought about putting those in the main as the puncher's chance of just trying to collapse normal legacy decks. Like if we go Out of the Tombs, Shard of the Void Dragon, and you could probably even play 22 lands here, like cut one of the Urborgs and add 4 Shard of Narsil, aka Thorn of Amethyst, to the main. Maybe this deck's already better. But this was a fun and stressful challenge from TOA Michael. My normal turnaround for a deck is 5 or 6 weeks. I think he's been waiting closer to 8 or 10 weeks for this. It was just a lot of work, and I wanted to give it the proper respect and time to really try to make a deck out of this, and I'm happy with this. Every card I put in the deck, except for Out of the Tombs, had a moment where it was good. All of the random dum-dums had moments where they were solid. Shard of the Void Dragon was in play. I'll give it, it was in play. It might not have been solid. It just got swept up in a Terminus with everything else on a board state that was already lethal. But the Dilophosaurus was actually good. Blitzwing was actually good. Blitzwing was actually the hero we needed. Maybe just more Blitzwings is the secret. I'm going to leave this here. It was fun and rewarding, but I'm glad it's over. Michael, thank you for this challenge. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.